Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today, we are diving deep into a heated moment between legendary producer Metro Boomin and media personality Joe Budden. This all unfolded around the release of Metro Boomin's new project, titled Futuristic Summer. The album was hyped as something unique, something different, but once it dropped, it sparked confusion, criticism, and controversy. Let's break it all down step by step. And by the end, you can decide for yourself whether Joe Budden was out of line, or if Metro Boomin just took the wrong approach with this release. Metro Boomin is a household name in hip-hop production. He's responsible for some of the biggest hits of the last decade. We're talking about collaborations with Future, 21 Savage, Travis Scott, The Weeknd, and many more. He's known for polished, dark, cinematic trap sounds, and he rarely misses. So when he announced Futuristic Summer, expectations were sky high. Fans assumed it would be the next chapter in his elite-level production catalog. But when the project dropped, something felt off. Instead of a futuristic sound, listeners were greeted with a throwback, an album that seemed stuck in 2005. It was an intentional tribute to the old-school Atlanta party sound, with artists like Travis Porter, Young Dro, Roscoe Dash, and Waka Flocka Flame making appearances. The beats were bouncy, the flows were familiar, but the reaction was split. On a recent episode of the Joe Budden podcast, Joe gave his thoughts on the project. He admitted right away, this wasn't for him. He said that at 8 a.m., while driving and trying to feel the music, it just didn't land. The sound was too specific. It didn't resonate emotionally. And most importantly, the features were hidden. So he didn't even know who was on the songs until he looked it up. Joe made it clear, this wasn't hate. He wasn't dragging Metro's name through the mud. He even stated that he still respects Metro's talent. But this album, he had to be honest. It didn't do it for him. He even said Metro was no longer on his Insta-buy list. That hit hard. Now let's talk about Metro's response. Shortly after Joe's comments went viral, Metro Boomin took to Twitter. And that's where things escalated. Metro began posting cryptic, defensive, and borderline aggressive tweets. He said things like, if you weren't getting twerked on in 2005, sit this one out. And if you started listening to rap in 2017, this album isn't for you. Essentially, Metro was trying to gatekeep the album. He was saying that unless you lived through the Southern hip-hop party era of the early 2000s, you simply would not understand Futuristic Summer. And in one sense, he's right. Nostalgia is powerful. It connects people to memories. It creates a vibe that transcends technical skill. But here's the issue. Nostalgia is not a strategy. It's a feeling. First, Metro's mistake wasn't making a niche album. Artists are allowed to make passion projects. But he marketed like it was going to be a major forward-thinking release. The title Futuristic Summer created expectations of new sounds, not a retro throwback. Second, hiding the features only works if your project has a seamless experience or if your fans are deeply familiar with your style. When Travis Scott dropped Utopia with hidden features, it worked because people trust the world Travis creates. But for Metro, this project leans so heavily on nostalgia that knowing the artist in advance might have helped fans connect with it faster. Third, his reaction to the critique felt overly emotional. Joe Budden's review was honest, respectful, and measured. He didn't say Metro had lost it. He didn't call the music trash. He simply said it didn't resonate with him, and that's okay. Here's what Metro could have done instead. He could have leaned into the throwback concept, made it clear this was a regional cultural tribute. He could have used interviews, rollouts, and visuals to highlight why he chose this direction. Imagine Metro sitting down and saying, this is for the kids who went to teen parties in 2005. This is for the people who used to blast Waka Flocka in their cars. This is a summer memory project, not a mainstream one. That would have helped shape expectations. Instead, the rollout left people confused. And when the confusion turned into criticism, Metro took it personally. This whole situation reveals a deeper truth about music today. We are living in a streaming-first era. Listeners have unlimited options. Music drops every Friday. Attention spans are shorter than ever. In this environment, you cannot assume nostalgia will carry a project. The music still has to be accessible, still has to be impactful, still has to grab people in the first few tracks. If your album is targeting a specific demographic, let them know up front. If your project is a vibe piece rather than a lyrical masterpiece, that's okay. Just make sure your fans know what they're walking into. In the end, Joe Budden was simply doing his job. He is a commentator, a podcaster, a critic. He gives real-time reactions. And whether you love him or hate him, he's built a platform where people expect unfiltered honesty. Metro, on the other hand, reacted with emotion, which is human. He poured his heart into a project and felt it was being dismissed. But the lesson here is clear. Art lives in the hands of the audience. Once you release music into the world, people will feel how they feel. And not every feeling will be aligned with your intention. That doesn't make them wrong. That doesn't make them haters. It just makes them honest. To wrap this up, here's the bigger picture. Futuristic Summer might not be a mainstream hit, but it could still be a cult classic for those who understand its DNA. And that's okay. But if Metro Boomin wants to remain one of the most respected and anticipated producers in the game, he needs to remember the audience changes, the soundscape evolves, and the music must meet people where they are, not just where you used to be. As for Joe Budden, he didn't kill the album. He didn't disrespect the culture. He just gave a raw reaction. And whether you agree with him or not, that's what real music discussion is all about. Thanks for tuning in. Drop your thoughts below. Was Joe Budden fair? Was Metro being too sensitive? And most importantly, did Futuristic Summer resonate with you? Until next time, stay locked in.